In today's episode of the Tweet Show podcast, we got some wild stuff in the sports world today. We had the Max Crosby deal getting shut down. The Ravens pulled out and they said, no thanks, we will not be doing this trade. And then, that was probably gonna be the headline of the day. Max Crosby not gonna be a Raven anymore. Then I was gonna probably talk about some college basketball things, but no. On a random Tuesday in March, the NBA said, hold my beer, we got Bam Adebayo scoring 83 points tonight. 83 points. The second most points scored in an NBA game. Unreal shit right there. And we're going to talk about all that. A lot of stuff to get to. A lot of stuff. So with that all being said, we will get started with tonight's episode, aka today's episode. I don't know why I said tonight, because I'm recording this tonight very late. By the time you're hearing this, it's going to be today, the next morning, or whenever you're listening to this episode. So anyways, let's get started with today's episode. Okay, I think we should start with the Bam Adebayo story, just because I think that's a bit of a more intriguing story. Because obviously, one, you don't see this very often when someone scores 83 fucking points in an NBA game. I would have, because I would have started, because I actually had an episode recorded, but I didn't think it was good enough, and I was gonna kind of redo it. And then obviously with the whole Max Crosby deal thing going on, and then Bam Adebayo scoring 83 points, I said, I guess I'll just have to restart the whole thing. So this is a brand new episode. The old one is just going to be in the dumpster, never to be seen again. So yeah, okay, so we're starting with Bam Adebayo. Tonight, March 10th of 2026, the Miami Heat are playing the Washington Wizards, and Bam Adebayo just out of nowhere decides he's going to score 83 fucking points. Unreal shit, I had to tell you. Was not expecting Bam Adebayo to be the second most points scored in an NBA game. If you would give me a list of players and said, who's more likely to score 80 points at some point, I would have said Steph Curry. I would have said Giannis. I would have said Victor Wembanyama. I would have said KD. I would have said, I'm trying to think of other scorers. I would have said Anthony Edwards. I probably would have said Jalen Brunson. I probably would have also mentioned like Jamal Murray or Jokic, Devin Booker. I definitely wouldn't have even got to Bam Adebayo. For Pete's sakes, that's just like he's not even typically scoring that many points to begin with. Like his average is going to be insane now after scoring 83 points tonight. I don't know. It says he averages about 18.9 points a game. Let's see. His last 3 games, he scored 24, 24, 21, 23. So, unreal shit. Let me tell you. Some unreal shit. All right. Let me find all the tweets I sort of had bookmarked here. Because, Twitter was just going crazy. Because, someone in one of my group chats said, hey, Bam Adebayo has 70 points right now with 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And I was at work and I was like, wait, what? I'm sorry, wait, what? Bam Adebayo has how many points? So then I pulled my phone out and I started watching the last 5 minutes of the game at work, because obviously we were closing and there's really nothing else to do because no one was there. So nobody really gave a shit. So I started watching the game, and I started thinking to myself, golly, this is impressive as hell. And then the Wizards were trying so hard not to let him get the ball again. And also, God, it's already late. I can't even think straight. They were trying. The Bam was, it's sort of how I took from this game is basically Bam Adebayo. I feel like he probably got to that certain threshold of the points, and he said, "You know what? I'm already at 70. I'm gonna say fuck it. Give me the ball and get out of the fuck out of my way. I'm gonna go after this Kobe record and try and score 80 plus points and see what happens." I mean, the Heat were just like, "Yeah, bam, you do you. Just take the ball and go." So it was this remarkable performances, and obviously there's gonna be a little bit of haters out there, and I totally get both sides of things, or at least right now I can get it. But like I think right now, at least let's just do like a within a 48 hours to 24 hours to like give him his flowers and go, "Hey man, that was impressive as hell. Scoring 83 points in an NBA game is hard as hell. These are professional athletes. Their job is to stop you from scoring. Their job is to defend you as best as they could to not let you score 83 points." Like, holy cow. Like, I saw one tweet that said, "Who is Bam Adebayo's J Rose?" Because obviously J Rose was the one who guarded Kobe Bryant when he scored 81 points. Like, was it like, probably like, oh, what's that guy's name? Like Alex Starr? Is that going to be the new thing? He's going to be the new person. And then what was the other tweet I saw? That was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. It was like, "If Asia doesn't give Bam the business tonight, I will." Now, I thought that was pretty funny. But, I mean, like, I get it. Like, he shot 40 plus free throws tonight. And what was his final stat line tonight? Let's see, game logs. Let's see. He was, okay, I just want, here it is. Okay. He was 40 of 40. Is this thing still going? Okay, it's still going. For some reason, I thought it glitched. All right, let's try this. All right, as I was saying, Bam Adebayo was 20 of 43 from the field. He was 7 of 22 from 3. He was 36 of 43 from free throws. Also to mention, he had 9 rebounds. He was plus 20 tonight, so at least that was good. If he was like in the negatives, that would be funny as hell. If he was like minus 10 or something like that, for even though he scored 83 points. So yeah, I don't know. Like, who was the Wizards? Oh, Alex Starr, who probably was guarding Bam Adebayo for 28 points today. That's funny. Let's see if we could find some other like funny ass tweets. Let's see. Oh yeah, like Asia being there tonight. I mean, with all due, no, I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to be that guy. Let's see what else. I mean, it's pretty crazy to think, like, if you look at a list and somebody like well, I don't even know what would be a good example. Let's say like when I'm like 6 years old with my kids and they're gonna be looking up, or maybe not even 60. Maybe when I'm like in 40s and they're like starting to learn and use the internet and ask, "Oh, Dad, who has like who scored the most ever points in an NBA game?" Like, "Will Chamberlain with 100 points." And then who scored the most, God, I can't even speak. Who scored the second most points? And we're like, "Bam Adebayo." And they're like, "Who the hell is that?" I'm like, "Wow, son, sit down and let me tell you. Bam Adebayo came out of fucking nowhere. Nobody expected Bam Adebayo to score 83 fucking points." See, KD's reaction says, "I couldn't believe it when I heard in real time." Any other? Because I have it. One of my cousin, I had a cousin and I was texting him. I was like, "Yo, dog, did you hear? Have you seen that Bama's got 77?" He went, "What?" I went, "Yeah, with about like 3 minutes left, he's got 77." And he's like, "I saw he had 31 in the first quarter." He's like, "Yeah, he's got 77 points now." It's like, that's not an ethical 77. It's like, it's still a lot. I don't disagree that it's not ethical that he, because he shot a shit ton of free throws, and obviously Kobe's stat line was here. Let me pull up Kobe's stat line because I took a picture of it because it was on the TV screen. Kobe's stat line was 28 of 46. He was 7 of 13 from 3, but he was 18 of 20. So I feel like he was a little bit more efficient, but they both did play 42 minutes each, so that's something. But yeah, Bam took a little bit less. He only took 43 shots, but they both made 7 threes, but he took more threes than Kobe did. And he took like 22 more free throws than Kobe did as well. So like I can get the point of view of someone saying, "Oh, it wasn't really that ethical or it wasn't like an impressive 83 points. He kept getting fouled, and he kept drawing fouls, and he was kind of like trying to just, he was just going for it. He just kept shooting the ball, which, again, if I was in Bam Adebayo's shoes, I would say fuck it. If I would get to about, I would say about 65 to 70, I would, with about 5 minutes left too, I would say give me the ball and get the fuck out of the way. So yeah, I mean, and this is also like one of those, because I saw another funny tweet that said like, this was the most my girl pulled up to the game performance of all time. Like, for real though. This is like, if you're a basketball person, you like, oh, or if like a baddie showed up, he's like, if Bam Adebayo was like single and like, let's just say like Jessica Alba showed up to the game and he scores 83 points, you'd be like, dog. Let's see. There's another tweet from Kelly Oubre saying, I'm just going to say this, man. Joel Embiid did it efficiently, and he did it in 3 quarters on Bam Adebayo's 83 points. I think, how many points did Joel Embiid scored at one point? Was it like 60? I can't remember. What was Joel? Let's look up Joel and Embiid's most points scored. Most points scored in a game. Oh, that's right. He did score 70. So, I mean, he was kind of close. I don't know what was his stat line. He was about 58% from the field. He was 24 of 41, 1 3-pointer. So, I mean, yeah, I guess I could get behind Kelly Oubre saying that Joel Embiid was a little bit more efficient. I'm not going to argue that that Bam Adebayo wasn't necessarily efficient, but he still scored 83 fucking points in an NBA game. So I still think that's really impressive to do, regardless of how many shots you take or not. So yeah, all right. I think we're just going to kind of put the bow on the Bam Adebayo thing, because I feel like I've talked about it a little bit longer than I needed to, but I feel like I just needed to talk about it. But anywho, let's talk about the Max Crosby deal here. So Max Crosby, if everybody remembers, I don't know why you wouldn't. I don't know why I even said that. So obviously, if everybody saw today that Max Crosby and the Raiders, or I should say the Ravens, decided, no, we're not making this deal anymore. We said we're pulling out of the trade. We don't want Max anymore. And for some reason, it was because he didn't pass a physical, which seems a little odd. Just like because I feel like it. Because I watched one video that said it doesn't happen a lot that someone doesn't pass their physical with this type of athlete. And everybody knew about Max Crosby's injury that he had, that the Ravens were, I guess, concerned about. And then I saw one tweet from a reporter from like the NFL Network. Her name was like Jane something. Let me find it here. Jane Slater, I think her name is. Let's see if I can find her. Here it is. Okay. Because I think she's a reporter for the Cowboys. Here, let's see here if I can find it. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay. She said, talking to other GMs around the league on Max Crosby's situation and his post-meniscus recovery and whatever. One had this to say: he was never going to pass, in quotes, physical based on where he is in the recovery. Something else had to lead to this decision. Do they think he's too far behind in rehab? Don't they like the image of recovery, or something else prior to that? I don't know. Or something else potentially, I should say. Something else potentially. So I guess that's what some NFL GM said about Max Crosby. Look, I'm not going to pretend play doctor. I already have a cousin that's a doctor, so maybe I should ask her about how long it typically takes to recover from some type of meniscus injury or something like that. I thought I heard something. Nope. Sometimes when I'm in the basement trying to record a podcast, especially late at night, you just hear some weird ass shit. You're like, oh shit, is someone up or something? What's happening? So, okay, sorry, I got sidetracked with the ghosts in the basement. So yeah, like I said, I'm not going to try and play doctor or anything like that. I'm just basically going to say, well, now that Max Crosby is available again, we'll be curious to see if any teams out there to go back out and try and take Max Crosby or at least trade for him again. I don't know if it's going to be right away, but it might happen again until like maybe like the draft. It could be a situation where the Max Crosby gets traded again during the draft time, or it could be after the draft. I don't think he's going to get drafted or get traded again. I shouldn't say drafted, but traded again until like, I'd say like April or even May, just to see what happens. Because I think obviously this also I feel like this sort of affects the Raiders' recent signing, like Taylor Lindenball is getting paid a lot of money, and they also signed a couple other people. I feel like now they're going to be like sort of like in a situation where they almost have to trade Max Crosby again, just because they were in good cap situation, and they brought Max Crosby's coming back. So I don't know what they're going to do with Max Crosby. They're just going to keep him for one more year, or they're actually going to trade him again. Like in my previous pod, and everybody's been saying since my team's the Bears, everybody's been kind of been saying that he was originally going to go to the Bears, and then out of nowhere, the Ravens obviously traded for him. Well, because what's today, Tuesday? So I think this happened on Sunday. Right? Or no, this happened on Saturday. Actually, this trade happened on Saturday night, because I was with some buddies out in a bar, and I looked at my phone and I noticed that Max Crosby got traded, and went, "Fuck." He got traded to the fucking Ravens. Keep our eyes on Max Crosby, see what's going to happen to him. Let's see. In college basketball news, we had the big boys, or at least the Big 12 and ACC started their tournament today. I don't even know. I'm not going to act. Let's see. You know what? Let's recap so far who's punched tickets so far. Let's see who's all punched their tickets to the tournament, because I was just about to be like, let's recap all the Big 12 and ACC games. That's stupid. No one wants to hear me break down Baylor versus ASU, because I didn't really watch. I watched portions of it. I'm not going to try and break down, but I will say the one thing I will say about one of the games during the Big 12 tournament, AJ Debonza is that guy. I don't know how he doesn't go number one. He was just looking amazing out there tonight. He's so fucking good. It's crazy how good he is. Okay, let's see who all punched their tickets to March Madness tickets punched. Let's see if we can get a list. Here's man. There's already one. There was also a weird situation with like Utah Valley potentially not playing in their conference tournament, just because I think they're leaving the conference that they're in to go to a different conference, I think. And the conference said, "Hey, you need to pay this $1 million thing. If you don't, you can't play in the conference tournament." And then they were like the number one, or at least on the men's side, they were the number one seed going into that conference tournament. And now if they can't play, then it's wide open. I don't know what. And they kind of told them that they needed to pay this by a certain point. So I'll be kind of curious what this whole Utah Valley thing is going to look like. All right, here we go. Because I saw the statement. I kind of briefly read it. I was just like, this is odd. This came out of nowhere. But yeah, okay, let's see who all punched their tickets to March. We got in the ASUN, Queens from North Carolina is going dancing. In the Big South, we got High Point. In the CAA, Hofstra is going to the dance. And we got a Horizon League winner. Wright State is going dancing. Okay. And the what is this? I feel like they put this one in the wrong place, but Siena is going dancing because they put it in the MAC, and that's not correct because Siena. I don't even know how you pronounce it. Siena. Siena. I don't know. Missouri Valley, Northern Iowa, local team here in the state of Iowa. Northeast Conference, Long Island, Fins Up is going dancing, and in the Ohio Valley, you got Tennessee State. In the Summit League, you got North Dakota State, Sunbelt's Troy, and then tonight I knew tonight was Gonzaga because they beat Santa Clara, who was sort of on the bubble watch, but I think after their little performance they had in the tournament, I think they're going to be more on the right side in of the bubble and not being outside looking in. So Gonzaga's in. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 9, about 10 tickets punched and a lot more to go. So a lot of tickets are going to be punched here this week for sure. Let's see if we're going to be tickets punched tomorrow in college basketball. Let's see. Tomorrow that decides who's going to the conference championship. Let's see. Got a bunch of first round games, first round, second rounds, first round, second rounds. Oh, here we go. In the Southland Conference, it's Stephen F. Austin going up against McNeese to decide who's going to the NCAA double tournament. And then let's see who else. Oh, in the Patriot League finals, we got Boston University versus Lehigh. That will be at 6 o'clock for those people that want to watch. And then let's see who else is in the finals. Anybody else finals or noteworthy ones? Oh, I guess the Big Sky has the championship game late night, but they haven't decided who's going to the championship game. It doesn't look like. Let's see who won the first game in the Big Sky. Oh, well, one game's going on right now. We got Eastern Washington versus Idaho. Let's see if who won the other game to decide who's going to that championship game. Let's see Montana is going to the championship game. Oh, this Williams guy had 32 points. Look at him go. I'll be curious to see who's going to play Montana in the Big Sky championship game tomorrow. Let's see. Any noteworthy scores to even mention, I guess? No, I think today was just, besides Wright State, like I sort of mentioned, they punched their ticket in. They beat Detroit Mercy in the championship game, but not any noteworthy like conference Big Five school. Oh, this game went to triple overtime in the semifinals. Oh, that's how McNeese got to the championship game. They had to beat UT Rio Grande Valley in an 84-80 game. Wow, look at there. Okay, let's see. Any other? I also was going to do like some type of like recap of like who all signed where. Like Kenneth Walker's going to the Chiefs. Who was noteworthy? Oh, Mike Evans is going to the Niners. And then who else was noteworthy? Besides, Max Crosby got traded, but I was going to mention that in the thing. But obviously, once again, he ain't getting traded and no more. All right, let's look at this list I had. Oh, Tyler Lindenball's going to the Raiders, but that could change here. Alex Pierce got a bag. He re-signed with the Colts. And then you got Jalen Phillips, who got paid big bucks by the Panthers. Kyle Pitts got franchise tagged, but I think people already knew that. I'm just looking at the list here. Kyler Murray hasn't been released yet by the Dolphins, or not the Dolphins, because Tua was right next to him on the list. Kyler Murray hasn't been officially released yet. I think he's going to be released like here this week, because I saw a video about it. I was like, when is Kyler Murray going to sign with somebody? And then I saw a video about how he hasn't officially been released yet. So I guess we got to wait a couple more days before he makes the decision if he's going to play for the Vikings or not. Let's see who else. Brian Cooks, I guess, the Chiefs got signed by the Bengals. Isaiah Likely's a Giant. Travis Etienne is going to the Saints. Romeo Doubs is going to the Patriots. I like the signing that the Bears had with that Kobe Bryant kid from Seattle. I think he's gonna be a good player for us. Tua is now on the Falcons, and Malik Willis is now on the Dolphins. And I think that's pretty much it for like noteworthy guys, because I feel like there's still a couple other people out there that's not like big names or anything like that. I mean, there's kind of some big names out there, but they're kind of more on the older side of things. Like Kevin Byard, that's just for like Bears purposes. Like, I think he's a good player. We'll have to see if he's gonna get re-signed or not. Probably not. Like Deebo Samuel's out there, and you got like Stephon Diggs, Bobby Wagner. I mean, these are players that there are big names that could be on the move here pretty soon, or they're gonna be kind of just waited out. So yeah. Anything else that should be sort of noteworthy of things for this pod? I was gonna say something, but I was like, nah, that's not really pod worthy of telling. I mean, I could do another spiel about how I hate my job. I could do that, but I'm not really gonna do that. It's already getting late. I gotta get up early tomorrow because I'm heading down to Kansas City. Oh, speaking of like the pod and anything like that. So I think This is only going to be the one episode this week, but I will be posting some content, I think. I'm going to try and post some content when I'm down in Kansas City for a while. So I think that should be fun. And then we'll see how other things go. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to be posting I'm going to try and do some some type of content. I don't know what kind of content that I'm going to be posting, but it's going to be something. It's either going to be me videotaping a basketball game or giving myself a recap like, oh, hey guys, reporting live from Kansas City. This game just happened and this team won or something like that, or do some like funny videos or do a food review since I'm going to be in Kansas City, maybe eat a bunch of barbecue shit. I don't know why would I say that, but some great barbecue stuff. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how the content game goes in Kansas City. So yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty much it. Just make sure you subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I'm not really satisfied how I'm ending the pod right now. I feel like this is a really shitty way to do it, but oh well, it is what it is. Like I feel like I just needed to get my thoughts out there on the whole Max Crosby and Bam Adebayo scoring 83 fucking points in a game, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of just end it there. So before I do anything else stupid. With that being said, I appreciate anybody listening to this. Terrible podcast. Just terrible. So yeah, I probably will do a pod next week. I won't be doing, well, depending on how long I'm going to be in Kansas City. But let's just say for now, this is going to be the only pod this week. And then hopefully I'll have some more pods once the practice comes out. We'll talk about it. We'll recap it. We'll analyze it. We'll break it all down and stuff like that. But yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like and comment. Any other videos that you want to watch, I have like other playlists and other videos out there from segments from this pod. Make sure you follow us on all those platforms that we have so far. I think I'm getting pretty close to creating an Instagram page, but we'll wait on that for a little bit. But I have a brand new TikTok, so I had a previous one that I was using, but then it was under some type of I think I signed in through Twitter, and then Twitter and TikTok decided to get rid of that option. So I have no longer have access to that account. So now I have to create a new one, which I did, which is Tweetio Pod on TikTok. And make sure you go follow that new page for any listeners out there. If you're on TikTok, go follow it. I'm on Twitter, as always, at Tweet Show. And then YouTube is the Tweet Show Podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you go support that channel. And obviously, if you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever typical platform you usually listen to this on the audio side of things, tell your friends about this great experience listening to a doofus like me talking about sports for about 30 minutes. Like I said, I appreciate anybody listening out there, and I will see you guys next time.